apex page. What was this apex page? In the VisualForce, we write the comments in this way. These are the comments. Whatever we put in a comment, this is not included in the program. How do you write a comments? This is the way in which we write the comments. Whatever we write in the comments, that is not a part of the program. Whatever we write in the comments, that is not a part of the program. So in the VisualForce, the comments will be defined like this. Right. What is the first element we had? Apex. What is the purpose of this apex page? Every VF page will start and end with apex page. Every VF page will start and end with apex page component. Every VF page will start and end with apex page component. I repeat, every VF page will start and end with apex page. Next, attributes. Attributes means properties. Attributes, properties. First attribute, ID. What is this ID? Now look at the point here. Everyone look at this point. Apex input text. Apex input text. Now I had two apex input text. I want to refer to second input text. How will you refer? There are multiple apex input text. I want to refer to the value what you entered in the second box. How do you refer? So there is a class. Then what I am doing, for every element I was giving an ID. For every element I was giving an ID. ID1, ID2. So based on the ID, if I want to refer to the second element, I'll say refer to the element whose ID is 2. Refer to the element whose ID is 1. So what is this ID? It is a unique string given to an element to refer to this element uniquely in the program. In the page, if I want to refer to any one of the element, I need a unique name. That unique name is nothing but ID. I hope you are good with this. So what is an ID? ID is a string. Let's say.
And Satish, why not integer for ID?
ID will be a string. ID will be a string. It's a fixed format, unique string. Now it is a property. You are not defining the property. You are obeying the property what already defined by the Salesforce. I am not asking you to create your own property. We are referring to the property which is already defined. If you want to use that, you have to obey in the way what they were conveying it. Are you getting my point? Now, if you go to bank and say why account number in this format, you cannot give it because it is their format and you want to use their format, you have to obey this. Now, ID is a predefined element given by the apex page. Whatever they are conveying, the same format we have to follow. I am conveying the information what they have defined. We are not defining our own attribute. We are defining the attribute which is already defined by the Salesforce. I am explaining the property of the attribute which is already defined by the Salesforce. They defined as a string, we have to use it like a string. I hope you're good. Right. It is a text value. It is a unique string. Which is used to refer to the element anywhere in the page. Right. The first one. Second one says show What was this show header? Look at this example, everyone. This is people. If you stop writing the notes, listen to what I'm explaining, you'll follow. Right. Already hard copies are given. Right. Soft copy, I'm typing it. What else you want to write in your book? You want to publish it? Right. Listen to what I'm explaining. You are busy in writing. Never worried about what I'm explaining. Listen to what I'm explaining, you'll understand it. Right. Now, what was this? This is an example. Now, look at this. I have designed a page. Click on a preview. Now, this is how we are seeing. What did I do? I created a page, clicked on preview. I was able to see the output. When I am looking at this output, we are getting the Salesforce header. We are getting the Salesforce sidebar component. Header is there, sidebar component is there. Header is there, sidebar component is there. This is called a Salesforce header. This is called sidebar. Now I don't want the Salesforce look and feel. I want to design everything from scratch. I don't want the header. I don't want the sidebar. In that case, we are going with show. When I say show header equal to false, Salesforce header and sidebar will be lost. Everything we are going to design from the scratch. So what is this show header? It is a Boolean value. What is the show header? It is a Boolean value. It is a Boolean value. By default, it will be true. If we keep it as false, when we set the value as false, then Salesforce header and sidebar component will be hidden. Show header, it is a Boolean value. When you set it as true, Salesforce header, sidebar will be displayed. When you make it as a false, it will be hidden. The next, we have the next element here. Sidebar. Now here, I don't want sidebar, but I want a header. I don't want sidebar, but I want header. Then what we do? Sidebar equal to. When I say sidebar equal to true, sorry, I want to give false. When I give sidebar equal to false, header is displayed, but the sidebar component is not displayed here. So it is also what? A Boolean value. What is this? Sidebar. It is a Boolean value. By default, it will be true. When we set as value as false, Salesforce sidebar component will be hidden and header will be displayed. So we have ID, show header, side. Then we have fourth one. Now, when you are looking at this, we will get a setup menu, right? Administer, build, okay, deploy, monitor. I want the setup menu. I don't want the sidebar component. I want the setup menu. Then we have setup equal to true. When I say setup equal to true, what is happening here? We are able to see the page, right? We are looking at the page. And what we are getting here? Setup menu we are getting. We are getting the setup menu. We are getting what? Setup menu. We are getting a setup menu, no sidebar. No sidebar, we are getting a setup menu. So what do we do here? Setup. Go back to this. What is the setup? Again, it's a Boolean value. When by default it will be false. Why? Because by default sidebar component will come. You want to replace it with a setup menu, you have to make it true. When we set the value as true, Salesforce force.com setup menu will be displayed. Displayed on sidebar component. So we have header, sidebar, setup. When you say sidebar, header will come, sidebar will not be there. When you want both of them, you will take show header. When you want only header, you make sidebar equal to false. I don't want the sidebar, I want to keep a setup menu, setup equal. There are only three options. There is no other combination available. There is no other combination available. These are only the combinations which are available. There are other combinations are not possible for creation. Come again? Obviously you have to create. Now, then we are going with the next one. Render as. Now, I want to show the output page in the form of PDF. Now look at this. Render as. When I say render as PDF, content of the page generated in the form of body of the page generated in the form of PDF. Render as, we want to see the content of the page in the form of PDF. Render as. If you want to render body of the page, then we use render as PDF. Then I have next. Here I want to say standard control. Standard control. If you want to see, if you want to refer to the properties of any one of the table in that database, then we define that table as standard control. I give this object. Any of the object created in the is called S object. Example, customer. So S object doesn't mean standard object. S object means object in the database. It can be a standard or it can be a custom. That's why I give customer, account, loan, contact. If you want to refer to any of the properties, S object properties in the VF page, then we define that S object as if you want to refer to properties of any one of the object, if you want to refer to properties of any of the object in the VF page, that object, that S object. Okay, when I say object, will be confusion between class object and database object. That is the reason we are using S object. If you want to refer to properties of any one of the S object in the VF page, that S object we define as standard controller. Whenever I say S object, it's a table in the database. Right, boss? Then next we have controller. So what do you mean by a controller? If you want to build right, if you want to build any one of the, if you want to refer to any one of the Apex class, if you want to refer to any one of the Apex class in the VF page, then we define that Apex class as a controller. Why do you go for Apex class? You want to write your own logic. When you want to write your own logic, then I go for Apex class. If you want to refer to that Apex class in the VF, then we define that Apex class as controller. Right. So what is a controller? If you want to build, if you want to use any Apex class in the VF page, then we define that Apex class as. The next we have rendered. Rendered means should I display or not? Rendered. Should I display or not? Rendered. If I give false, then don't display this page. Rendered equal to false. Click on preview. What you are able to see here? Nothing is displayed. Rendered equal to false. You cannot see it. Rendered equal to false. You cannot see it. What is rendered? It is a Boolean value. This will be frequently used. This attribute will be frequently used. This attribute will be frequently used. This attribute will be frequently used. Now look at the point. Rendered. It is a Boolean value. When set as true, content of the block element will be displayed on the page. When set as false, so rendered. What is the default value? Default value is true. Default value is true. So all these are what? Properties. Now, content type. I want to display the page in the form of Excel sheet. I want to display the page in the form of Word document. So how the content of the page should be displayed? I want to display content of the page in the form of Excel sheet. I want to display content of the page in the form of Word document. Then how you do it? So content type. Content type equal to VND, view and display. View and display. MS Word hash name of the file 1.doc. You have seen that file is downloaded. So whatever the page we have, that page was downloaded. In the form of Word. This is an example. This is an example. I hope you're good. So we are getting the content of the page in the form of MS Word. How are you getting? V and D. Rendered in the form of MS Word. V and D. Excel format. So I'm giving here MS Excel, MS Excel, right, right boss. Excited? 1.xls. Now what we are doing? Trying to generate the page in the form of Excel. Trying to generate the page in the form of Excel. So we want to generate the data in which format? You tell the format in which you want to. You tell me the format in which you want to display it. Content type. I hope you are good with this. These are the basic properties of the Apex page. When you are creating a page, header, sidebar, setup, render. Render means display or not. Render as. Okay, PDF. Okay. Now this is the basic properties. Then every page we open. The Excel file which I downloaded. The Excel file what we got is getting open. Okay. Now look at the format. Every page I open, on the top what are you getting here? Account, contacts, home, opportunities, home. This is called header. This is called as section header. What we call this as section header. What do we mean by section header? It will be printed on the header of the page. Let us go to the next one. Everyone look at this. Now I give body. What is that BR? Go to the next line. I give the page. Then I give preview. Click on the preview. So what happened? This is the body. Now I want some header to be displayed. How you display? Apex section title. When you say title, for the header, the title will be printed. This is the title of the header. Now, can you control this image? You cannot. By default, that image will come. No, you also want to give image, then section header is not the concept. You have to go to image concept and use it. If you are going with a section header, image will be fixed. No, I want to go with my own image, then don't go with section header. You need to go with your image concept. Right, boss? With the help of section header, you get a fixed image. Title, subtitle. Title, subtitle. Account, new account. Title, subtitle. Help. How do you open? Now I give /apex/page. Now if you want to tell the address of Capital Info Solution, let's say you are coming from US. I want to tell the address of Capital Info Solution. I will tell come to India, come to Hyderabad, come to Amirpet, okay, come to Maitravanam, come to what is this plaza name? Shamla Plaza. Okay, Shamla Plaza, come to 3rd floor, I'll be available. This is the address what I'm giving. If you are already in Hyderabad, so let's say come to India, come to Hyderabad, no need to tell. When you are in India, automatically understood that previous address is added. Then I'll say come to Amirpet, come to Maitrivanam, come to Shamla Plaza, come here. You are already in Maitrivanam, I'll say come to Shamla Plaza. Am I right? Now already you logged in, right? Generally, if you want to open any page, how do you open it? HTTPS. Your server. If my server is API, salesforce.com/apex/. But already I logged in, right? When I already logged in, I'm already in the Salesforce. Then straight away give apex/page. Absolute path, relative path. Absolute path means now absolute path. If you ask me address, always I give https ap8.salesforce.com/apex/page name. Now you are in Amirpet, still I will say India, Hyderabad, Amirpet, Maitrivanam. You are in still, okay, Maitrivanam, still I will say India, Hyderabad, okay, Amirpet, Maitrivanam. You are in the class, you ask address, still I will say, okay, India, Hyderabad, okay, Amirpet, Maitrivanam, Shamla Plaza, 3rd floor. It is what? Absolute address. Relative address, with respect to the location where you are, from there I give the remaining address. With respect to where you are, from there I give remaining address. It is what? Relative address. Now we are in Amirpet, Maitrivanam, okay, Shamla Plaza, 3rd floor. You are in Maitrivanam, Shamla Plaza, 3rd floor. You are in US, India, Hyderabad, Amirpet, Maitrivanam, Shamla Plaza, 3rd. Depends upon the location where you are, remaining path I am giving. It is what? Relative path. Now what is that apex/page means what? Salesforce.com/apex/page name. Generally, if I have to give the path as but already I logged in. When I already logged in, no need to mention this because you already logged in. That's why I'm giving /apex/. I hope you're good. Right. So help. When you click on the help, this page will be open. Look at this. Account, new account. What was this? Help for this page. This is a fixed message. When you click on this, what is the page that should be opened? Again, the page is not existing. So what I will do? Now, go back to this. Take you to the product. Why it is downloading? Because I gave content type equal to Excel. I hope you are good with that format. Let me remove. Otherwise, every time you open it, it will download a file. Right. I hope you are good with this. When you click on this, what is the page that should be open? Right, boss? I hope you are good with this. Right. Now let us go back to the next point. Description. The next point is description. When it's a description, below the header, description is printed. Title, subtitle, help, description. I don't want to display this. If you don't want to display this, rendered. When I say rendered false, right now I am giving a fixed value. Down the line I will make it dynamic. Programmatically I will control true or false. There is no. I hope you are good with this. Rendered equal to true, it will be displayed. So what is the purpose of this? This is going to create header for the page. So how do you write the comments? Apex section. This will create header for the page. This should be the first element. Now, what are the attributes we have? Attributes. What is an attribute? Right. It is a string. Now, these are not our properties. These are the properties which are already defined by Salesforce. Now, what Salesforce has defined, I am explaining it. We are not designing our own properties. This will be displayed. Right. Then we have subtitle. This is a text. This will be displayed. Then we have help. It is a URL of the page. You will take URL of the page as when we click on the link. Page whose URL is given. When we click on help for this page link, page whose URL is given as help will be open. Description. This is a text file. This will be displayed below the header. Fifth one, rendered. This is a Boolean value. So it has true. Header will be displayed on the page. Right, boss. I hope everybody is good. Section header. I hope everyone is good with this example. So what are the properties we have? Section header, title, subtitle, help, description, render. Now, design this example, everyone. Write the example, everyone. Everyone design this example. Start designing. This is the first example. Second example. Third. Start creating these 4 examples. Right. Design 1, 2, 3, 4. Design 1, 2, 3, 4. Design 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 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 List documentation. Only documentation. Now you're using what is defined by Salesforce. Now you want to design your own, you can do whatever you want. But you're trying to use what they already defined. Done, everyone done with the first example? Done with the first example? So what we have done? The first example, let us see. So I was supposed to give apex section header title equal to section header title equal to customer. Now why I'm look at the point. I am opening and closing in the same line. Why? There is no body. There is no body. So I opened as well as I closed. If there is no body in the same line, we can open and close. If there is no body in the same line, we can open and close. When there is no body, we can open and close in the same line. Right? If there is no body, we can open and close in the same line. Then I told customer name. Now, according to our diagram, only we had title. Have a preview. We had only title. This is what I asked you to create. Title and the body. I created section header, title and the body of the page. I hope you are good with this. Now what is the next example we got? Do the second example. Right. Do the second example. Don't analyze in the air. Put it on the paper. All JNTU calculations.
Suresh, can I ask one question?
Go ahead, Amma.
Actually, when we give that object name as customer, right? So we go title customer, it will create this section header object.
It will create a section. It's not. It's an element. It's not a class.
Okay.
It is an element in the UI.
Okay.
It is not a class. It's a UI element in the UI.
Okay.
The second example. What is the second example I asked you to create? Title. Title and subtitle. When you go to the title and subtitle, this is what we got. Customer, new customer, body of the message. I gave here customer, title, subtitle, body. Right, boss? Title, subtitle, body. Title, subtitle, body. Go with the next third example. Go with the third example.
Satish, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Amma.
One question, sir. So, can you go back to that example? No, the previous one. So, you opened Apex page and closed Apex page. In between, you wrote that body, right?
Here I
So
told,
similarly for
that's what I explained in the previous last point I explained.
yeah.
It doesn't have a body, so I opened and closed.
No. The above one, above Apex page, open. You are opening Apex page and closing Apex page, right?
Yes.
After that, another Apex for section header. So do we need to close with Apex, or just a slash is enough? How that format?
That's what
The
I'm telling
second
you,
Apex
boss.
line.
The same point I was trying to explain you. If I give
Mhm.
name, if you have body, you write it here. If you don't have body, this is how we close it. Now, Apex section header, we don't have any body, I closed it. Got it? Got the point?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Right. Go with the third one. Again, I repeat. Here we are not writing the body. If you don't have the body, straight away we can close it as. If this is PageBlock. If I don't have a body, I can close it like this directly. That's what I've done with the section header. Apex section header. I'm not writing anything in the body. I'm only setting the attributes. What was that? Slash. Opening and closing. If you have a body, you have to write them separately. If I have a body, I would write Apex page block, open, close. If I don't have a body, I can close in the single line. I hope you are good with this. What was the third example? What was the third example here? So go back to the format. Third example I am taking. So I have taken, I gave help, some page name you give. So whichever the page name you have given, that page will be open. Whichever the page name you have given, that page will be open. I had only taken title, I have taken help, no subtitle. Go to the preview. Now what you want to take is your choice. You want to have a title as well as subtitle, mention both. Not both, you mention whatever you want. Are you getting my point? Title and subtitle are only title, are only help. I hope you are good with this. Do the fourth example. Right.
Hey Satish, I have a doubt.
Go ahead, Amma.
If we put show header as false for this example, I'm lost. I'm not getting the image. Is this behavior standard?
Now rendered equal to false means what? Don't display. Obviously, it will not be displayed, right?
No, show header. Show header is equals to false on the page.
Okay.
Page header.
Now, when you say show header equal to false, there is no page. Now, the standard header will be lost. So, when you say show header equal to
section image is also lost, right? Section attribute image is
when
also
you have
lost.
a page, standard page, header will come. But there is no standard page. So, he has a question here, everyone. Now, we had a property called show header. Now, when you say show header equal to false, don't give me the look and feel of Salesforce. When you say don't give me the look and feel of Salesforce, so obviously what happened? Everything will be lost. Now you're not getting the Salesforce standard look and feel. That is the reason the image will be lost. I don't want header properties of Salesforce. I don't want the header properties of Salesforce. That is the reason I'm losing my image. Now what is happening here? Title you are getting, but what about the image here? If you are obeying a standard property, the standard home page will come. If you're not obeying the standard property, then which image should I display? That will not be displayed. Okay, Nama? Is that your question?
Yes, I was just confused with the name show header, so I thought only header will be used.
No. Okay. Now we told to not to apply the header properties. Okay. So when you say don't apply the header property, even the section header properties will not be applied. Right, boss? Now go ahead with the fourth example. Go ahead with the fourth example. So in this example, you are taken title, subtitle, help, description, and body. I hope you are good with this element. So let me give you.
Hi Satish.
Yes, Amma.
Can we increase the text size of that section header?
No, these are fixed properties.
Okay.
They are fixed properties. Now we are applying the properties which are defined by the Salesforce. So whatever the properties they have applied internally, the same will be applied here. Only thing is what message should be printed that we can control. Okay. Subtitle. Then we are taken description. I hope you are good with this. Title, subtitle, description, help. Title, subtitle, description, help. This is the overall view of the. I hope you are good with this. Everyone has got the properties. Title, subtitle, description, help, and we can also give rendered equal to false. Okay. Now let us go to the next one.
Satish, I have a question.
Go ahead, Amma.
So Satish, can we write description after the help?
No. See, again I repeat the same answer. Now it is a predefined component. For every property there is a location. The messages or everything will be printed in the desired location. We are simply obeying the structure of what Salesforce has given. Salesforce has told boss, if you use a section header, you will get some home image. Here the title will be printed. Here the subtitle will be printed. Here the help link will be printed. Here the description is printed. Now if you want to use exact same format, you want anything to be printed exactly in the same format, then you go for section header. No, you don't want to do this. You want to have your own format, then use some other properties. This is a fixed structure. Every element will have the same structure. You cannot modify as you like. If you want the output to be in this format, then only use this. Are you getting my point? It is not giving you the choice to design whatever the structure you want. Structure is fixed. Okay. There are the labels if you want, you can modify. I hope you are good with this. Now it has given you only choice of modifying the label. Title label, subtitle label, help URL, description label. Rest all the structure is fixed. Properties are fixed. Font size is fixed. Image is fixed. You want to have exactly the same format, use it. You don't want this, don't use it. Are you getting my point? Is that was clear?
Satish, whether we can use custom attributes here, we can create our own custom attributes.
Same question putting in different styles. I told this is a property given by the Salesforce. Properties are defined by the Salesforce. You cannot design your own properties for the element which is given by Salesforce. Now, boss, this is not administration or you're not building the application. You are using some property which is defined by the Salesforce. You are using some property which is defined by the Salesforce, and it says, if you use me, I will go with this structure. Okay, if you want exactly the same structure, use me, otherwise don't use. Right. Now you cannot design or modify whatever the property what Salesforce has given. We are trying to use exactly what the Salesforce is trying to give. You cannot modify the API properties. Simple example, in place of class, can I create my class? Can you create like this? Okay, instead of public, capital, my class student. Can we create? Why you can't create? Now it is a syntax, structure of Salesforce defined. You cannot add anything into this. What you can add is properties in the body. Similarly, element is fixed. Their attributes are fixed. You have to only use them. You have to only use them. Are you getting my point? Is that was clear, boss? Right. Am I clear? Next, within the class,
Yes, sir.
can I create interface? Right? Why? They told class is a collection of data members and methods, not interfaces. So whatever they are allowing, only there you can use them. So it is an attribute. They will be. You are supposed to use them exactly the way they are. You want to customize it, then don't go with these elements. You design your own elements. You use me exactly or design your own. You want to use me, you have to use me exactly the way I am giving you. Otherwise, you design your own custom. That's what the API is. I hope you are good with this. I hope
Satish, one more thing.
Yeah.
Satish, as you wrote rendered is equal to true, but by default it's true. Then what's the use to
Now,
mention it there?
You need to understand the point. To tell you that it is a false, I have given a false. By default, if it is a true, don't define it. If you want to make it false, you have to give it as a false. Now, why I mentioned, I showed an example that it is a false, then I modified again to display it. Got my point?
Oh,
Right.
sure.
Right. Too many questions in the first class itself. Right. Right. Now, simple property was title, subtitle, help, description. Right. Come back. Now come back to the next one. So we had next element which is called page block. Come back to the next point which is called page block. Listen carefully, boss. Apex. Here we have Apex page block. In the page block, right? Right. Page block. What is the purpose of the page block? I gave page block. When I say page block, it will create a block on the page. What it is doing? Block is created. Page block will create block on the page. Page block will create block on the page. It creates block. Okay. Page block will create block on the page. I am copying the same page block. I am giving title equal to employee. So what happened? One more block is created on the header. What are you getting here? Employee. Here we don't give. We are not given title. Here we give title. Title. It is printed in the header part of the block. Again, I am taking the same block. I am giving DIR. DIR stands for direction. RTL, right to left. LTR, left to right. Now the data should be displayed in which direction? Look at this. The data is coming from right to left. By default, left to right. By default, left to right. If you want to display right to left, we have to give direction RTL. Then I am taking tab style. I gave tab style. Look at the point. When you click on the lead, what is the color of the tab you are getting? Some orange, right? The block also getting orange, right? When I click on order, we are getting some green color. Click on the case, you are getting. So, when you click on the lead tab, whatever the color I am getting, same color I want to apply for this page block. Then what I do? Tab style. Tab style lead. The style of the lead tab. Apply the style of lead tab on this block. Look at the output what we have. How we are getting here? Look at this. This is coming in a orange. I told apply the style of lead tab on this. Apply the style of lead tab on this. Whatever the style that we are getting for a lead, same style is applied on this. Whatever the style we are getting for a lead, apply the same style on it. I hope you're good. Now, go back here. I hope everybody is good with this. Title, direction, tab style. Then I gave rendered. When I say rendered equal to false, don't display this block. What is the title of the block? Employee block. Are you getting that employee block? Right. Rendered. So what are the properties? Page block with the title, page block with the title and direction, page block with the title and okay, tab style. Next one is rendered. Next one is rendered. I hope everyone is good. Clear for everyone? Right. Let's go to next one again. Now we are going with help. Right. Now this will be printed on the page block in the right corner. In the right corner, a message will be printed called need help. When somebody click on that need help, what is the page that should be open? That is given as help URL. What was that? Need help. You are finding on the right corner. Need help. When you click on this, that particular page is open. Need help. Right. Title, direction, tab style, rendered, then help title, help URL. I hope everyone is good with this. Properties are clear. Clear for everyone. So let me give you the properties here. Apex page block. This will create block on the page. Right, attributes. Register. It is a text file. This will be displayed on the left corner of the header. On the header, left corner will be printed. We had this will specify direction of the content. What are the possibilities? Possible values are default values, then we had tab style. This will specify name of the object, whose tab style should be applied. Then we had rendered. It is a Boolean value. When set as true, false. Content of the then we had rendered, then help title, It is a text value. This will be displayed on right corner of the then we have help URL. This is a URL of the page. It is a URL of the page. When we click on the help link, which page? I hope all the properties are clear. Anyone has any query on this? Title, direction, tab style, rendered, help title, help URL. Now, at this moment, we have seen only these 6 properties. Now, let us design a quick example. I hope everybody got these points. Now, create these examples. Right. Do these examples. One. Start with the first example. Anybody has any query? Meanwhile, go ahead.
Yeah,
Satish, I
Satish,
had
can we create these blocks side by side?
We can do it, but
Side by side.
there is a concept called section page block section. Using the concept of page block section, we can do it. There is
Okay. Another question is the length and width of the block is fixed, or is it dynamically changes?
We can organize it by applying CSS.
Okay.
See, we can organize it based on the block in which we are displaying. We can display this block within another block. Okay, as I told you, when you go to the page block section concept or output panel concept, you'll be understanding how to organize the width and height.
Okay, fine.
Not straight away we can organize. Straight away with the page block we cannot organize. When we use this element in another element, there I can specify it. Yeah. Any other queries?
So Satish, I don't know whether this is the right question, but just I want to be clear. Like, so once we create this page blocks through Apex page, can we change them through the page layout? What we discussed in the admin part, right? So
See,
can we move?
now the point here is your page layout concept is different. VisualForce is different. When do you come to VisualForce? When page layout is not meeting your requirement, then we are coming to VisualForce. VisualForce will replace the page layout. Got my point? When your page layout is not meeting your requirement, then we are coming to the VisualForce page. You get my point? When the page layout concept is not meeting your requirement, then only we are redesigning the page as per your choice. Either we go with the page layout or we go with the VisualForce. Any one will be using. Did you get your answer? Right. Okay. Any other queries?
Hi, Satish. Right now on this screen, we are looking at the use cases, but if I want to refer to the notes, what we have done in last few minutes, I can't see those notes. Is there any way you can have that displayed on the screen side by side? That way we can refer while doing the exercise.
See, the code is already available. Whatever the code I'm writing here, that is accessible to you on your account. By default, it is accessible.
Okay.
Now, you need to see the point is,
sir.
1 minute. Let me answer the question first. If you already open a developer console, the new programs what I wrote will not be visible. You close the developer console, open it again, you find the changes what I made. If you already open a developer console, if you have already opened a developer console, then if I write a program, the programs what I wrote will not be visible on your developer console. You close the window, again open it, you will be able to see the changes what I made. Is that was clear, boss?
Is it on the notes side or?
Notes side.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks.
What is your query, Amma? Last day? Yeah.
That is actually I asked the question and I lost my internet.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
You can use anything, but at this level you cannot use anything. Again, I repeat, at this level you understand what is a bootstrap. What about other people? We cannot apply all those. I told it can be applied, but when you go to the scripting, we'll see how to apply. Okay. Now, as you have a knowledge on bootstrap, you ask a question about bootstrap. The other people should follow, right? So the answer is yes, we can use it, but not at this level. When you go to scripting, we can apply it. Right. Now, if I demonstrate an example, all features will be out. Yeah, online, go ahead.
Sorry, sir, I asked the question that related to page layout, but I lost my internet connection. I could not hear. I mean,
see,
I could not hear.
When the page layout is not meeting your requirement, then only we go for VisualForce. So you are replacing your page layout with VisualForce to get your requirement.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Right, everyone. First example is done. First example, everyone has done it. Okay. Right. See, boss, when I open a developer console, meanwhile, if somebody has wrote a program at the back end, that program will not be visible to me on the developer console. If you want to see them, close your developer console, reopen, then only the changes what I made will be visible on the developer console. When multiple people are working on this, let us say I logged into my account. Somebody as a student, you logged into your same account. You cannot see my programs because you already opened a developer console. You want to see the program what I created, what you are supposed to do, close the developer console, again open it, then the changes will be replicated. Right? Okay. Somebody from online. So this is the answer for you. Now go back to the.
Can see it. Thank you.
Now this program will not be able to see again. Right. Then what we are supposed to do? Go with this. Apex, page block, title. Then I gave student name. One more attribute, branch. Right, Amma? So page block, title, and we had go to the preview. This is what I created. Page block, title is student, this is the body. So look at the code what I gave. Am I clear with this? Anyone still have a query on this page block? Right? Okay. Everyone is good with the first example? Right. Let us go to the second one. Here, what is the extra thing that we are trying to create? I want header and page block. So go back. So go to the file, new, Apex. Then I was writing the code. Always the header should be the first element. Apex, section, header, title, We gave section, header, title, subtitle, page block, title, student name, age, branch. Am I clear with this? Am I clear? Followed? Right. Have a preview. So, title, subtitle, page block, student. Now, third example.
Sorry to interrupt you, Satish. On that, title is smaller than subtitle.
Now, there's a property. There's a structure in which they have defined. See, the pattern is fixed. You cannot alter it. You want the same pattern, use it. Otherwise, don't use this element. As simple as that. They already designed the pattern. If you want the same pattern, use it. If you don't want the same pattern, then you design your own pattern. That's what the Salesforce says.
Oh.
Right?
Okay, no worries.
Now,
I understand.
let us go to the next element. What is the next element we have taken? What is the change that we are making here? Header, title, subtitle, page block, title, help text, help URL. Help text, help URL. So what we do? Page block, example. So we have created section header, title, subtitle, page block. In the page block, they ask you to create help text, help, then help text, page block. This is what I give. So page block, title, help title, student, help text. There's a bug here. Unsupported attribute, help text. This is help title. Help title, help URL. Then go to the preview. Title, subtitle, page block, title, helper. So look at the code. Anybody has any query on this code?
So if you are writing help title, you must mention help URL as well, two together.
If somebody click on the title, what page has to be open?
Yes.
It's a must. Right. Now, let us go to the next one. Again, we're going to the next example. VisualForce, Apex, page block, example. In the example 4, what we are doing, boss? We have title, subtitle, help for this page, page block, title, help for the page block, help for the page, help for the block. So how do you define the help for the page? Section header, title, subtitle, section header. The remaining story is the same, right? If you want to change the tab style, if you want to apply any tab style, I want to apply the style of case. Tab style, yes. Whatever the style we go for a case, that we have taken. Everyone is good with this example? Everyone has followed? Am I clear? Am I clear with this? So what are the properties we have seen? Title, help text, help URL, direction, then what else we have seen? Tab style. Rendered equal to false. You don't want to show it, false. Now why? Sometimes I want to hide it, sometimes I want to show it. Dynamically we have to control when you go to programming. Apex programming will control it. Right now we are giving straight away value, true or false. But down the line, programmatically we will control whether to set true or false. I hope you are good, right? So what are the elements we have seen? Apex page, section header, page block. Apex page, section header, page block. I hope you are good. Clear for everyone? Okay. Then let us go to the next one. If everybody has followed this, I'll go to the next example. Everyone is comfortable with this page block? Everyone is good with
Hi,
this?
Satish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Satish. What is the BR tag after the student name in the
BR
page?
will move the cursor to the next line.
Okay.
If you don't give BR in the same line, the message will be printed. When I say BR, it will go to the next line. Right, Amma?
Satish, when you're giving tab style equal to leads or orders, can we define our own color?
See, what is the property? Again, the same question people are asking the different style. I told every attribute is predefined. You cannot give whatever you want. You are supposed to give what the Salesforce is expecting. I told tab style is the name of the object which you have to mention. Now, is the lead is a color? Is the lead is the name of the color? Lead is what? Object. Tab style is the name of the object what they are expecting. So you need to mention. Please mute your mic, Amma. Someone. Right. Tab style is the name of the object whose color you want to apply. So I have to mention what? Not the color name. Name of the object. When I mention the name of the object, whatever the color we have specified for the object, that color will be applied here. So we cannot manually give the colors here. Again, look at the point. Every attribute, for every attribute, they are expecting certain value. Only that value you are supposed to give. We cannot design whatever the way we want. Same point I am repeated number of times here. Again, I am repeating. When you say predefined component, now let us say you have a mobile phone. Can you press a red button to make a call? Now you say I am very much comfortable in giving a red button. I will click a red button, call has to go. Green button, call should not go. Will it happen? Why? It is a predefined. They say if you want to use this mobile, always you have to press the green button for a call, red button for discontinue. You cannot say I will modify it. I will define the way you want because it is a predefined. If you want to use that mobile, the same thing I have to provide. Green button is for call, red button is for discontinue. I cannot alter it. Are you getting my point? If you want to alter it, yes, you have a solution. What is that? You design your own mobile phone. Right. Then you can put a green button for discontinue, red button. Right. Now, why I am trying to convey this is, it is a predefined attributes. If they are expecting a text, I have to give a text. If they are expecting a URL, I have to give a URL. If they expect a boolean, I have to give a boolean. If they expect an object, I have to give an object. I cannot alternate. I hope you got a clarity. Everyone, am I good with that? Right, Amma?
Yes, thank you,
right?
Satish.
Right. Sure. Fine. Okay. Come back. Right. So again, one more time, I'll insist the point. Attributes, component attributes. Attributes are fixed. If they give 5 attributes, only the 5 attributes I can use. If they give 10 attributes, only those 10 attributes I can use. I cannot add anything extra to that. Okay, because I am using what is already defined by the Salesforce. You are not meant for modifying it, you are meant for using it. You are supposed to use it and build what you want. You are not supposed to modify it. First point. Second, when every property they have given, they expect a particular format of value. The same format of value I have to give. If I am expecting a text, you are supposed to give text. If I expect a boolean, you are supposed to give boolean. If you want to give a number, I have to give a number. That is the reason why I am giving this definition. If you can give whatever you want, what is the use of understanding what is a sidebar, what is a setup? We can design our own things, no? Did you get my point? What is the use of understanding? Show header is a boolean value, sidebar is a boolean value, setup is a boolean value, render as a PDF. Why we are giving? They are the attributes defined by them and they are expecting the value of. If you want to use the page with the following attribute, this is the way to use. You cannot alternate it. They are expecting a boolean, you have to give a boolean. They are expecting a text, you have to give a text. That is the reason we are understanding what is this element, what all the properties are there, what type of values I have to pass. That's what we are learning in the development. We are not learning now how to design your own component. We are learning what is the purpose of Apex page block? How to use it? We are learning how to use the element of Apex page block. How to use means what properties are given by Salesforce, what values I have to give. That's what we are understanding. You are not understanding how to design your own component. You are understanding something which is already defined, how to use it. And we are supposed to use only those attributes with those values. There's no way you can modify them. I hope you're good. Everyone has got the clarity. Am I clear? Right? Classroom, everyone is good with that? Online, am I good with that? Still anyone has any query on this, boss?
Yes, thank you, Satish.
Right, okay. Fine. Let us go with the last element for the day. To enter the data, now if I have account, now who is supposed to enter the data? I was supposed to enter the data. If there is a link, who will click on the link? I have to click on the link. If there is a pick list, who will select the option? I have to select. So this is called user interaction. Any element that requires user interaction, that should be defined within an element called Apex form. Any element which require user interaction should be in Apex form. Button should be in Apex form. Input text should be in Apex form. Checkbox should be in Apex form. Link should be in Apex form. If you require user to click, if you want the user to enter, if you want user to select, they has to be within Apex form. Any element that require user interaction should be in Apex form. Any element which require user interaction should be in Apex form. Okay. Now look at this format. Command button. I'm giving it Apex form. I'm giving Apex command button. I gave command button. When I say command button, preview, what happened? Button is created. Is anything printed on the button? Nothing is printed. Now, the label which you want to print on the button, value equal to. So whatever I give on the button, value. If I give something as a value, whatever I give it as a value, that is printed on the label printed on the button. What is the label? Whatever the value we give, that is printed on the. Then we're going to give disable. Disable means you can see the button, but it is in inactive mode. Disabled. You can see the button, but it is in inactive mode. You can see the button, it is in inactive mode. Then I want to say rendered. Rendered means what? Rendered means don't show. Rendered means don't show the button. Disable, show it, but in disabled mode. Rendered equal to false, don't show the button. You don't want to display, rendered equal to false. You want to show, but in disabled mode, then disable equal to. Then when you press the button, what is the action you want to perform? Action. Apex. Action. When you press the button, what should I do? I told open. Page called Apex page. Command button. Action. When you click on the button, what is the action we require? Open the page. I hope you're good with this. The next I have command button value equal to My styles. Style. I'm applying style. Go back to this. If you want to apply any style to this, styles. I hope you're good with this. So what are the properties we have? Basically, what we are doing, creating this will create button on the page. This is a child component of Apex form. Within the Apex form, I have to write attributes, value. What is the value? It is a. This will be printed as label on the next. What is the next one we have? Disabled. It is a Boolean value. When set as true, button will be default value is false. Then we have rendered. What is the rendered? Rendered. We already know this. This is a Boolean value. And set as true. Will be default value is for rendered. Default value is what? True. By default, show it. If you want to hide it, you will give it as false. Then fourth, action. When we click on the button, what is the action that should be performed? It can call method from Apex class or URL of it. Then what is the last one we have? Style. What is the purpose of style? If you want to apply CSS, I hope everybody is good with this, right? So what are the properties we have? So disabled, rendered, action. Disabled, rendered, action, style. Right. Now we'll see the properties of the style when you go to the CSS. Right now, basic properties I have given. I hope you are good. How to create a button on the page. Button has to be a part of Apex form. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone?
Sorry, what is stands for CSS, Satish?
Allow me to complete the statement, boss. Right. Just give me some time. Right. Fine. So what was this? When you are creating this. Now I mentioned here, call the method from the Apex class or call the URL. Now I mentioned here action. Now calling the method from the Apex class or calling the URL. When I say calling the method from Apex class, we need to understand how to include Apex class in the VF. We have seen one property, right? Controller. What is their controller? Using Apex class in the VF. When you are using a apex class in the VF, we can also call a method. So whatever the action that we define in the class, that will be invoked when you click on a button. So we will see that example in the apex class usage. When I start using the apex class, I will be doing. Right now, we have seen how to open a page. That is why I have given apex/apex page. Apex/apex page. I hope you are good with this, right? Everyone is good with this, right? Now go ahead. What is your question, boss? Someone is asking a question. Go ahead.
What is CSS stands for?
Cascading style sheets. It is a cascading style sheets. If you want to apply some background colors, width, height, we'll be using this. Okay.
Satish, can
Yes.
I make a button disable or enable
Yeah.
based on the value?
Yeah, we can make it. See, that's what I told. Right now, we are giving it true or false. Down the line, when you go to Apex program, we'll make it dynamic. So there, I'll not be giving us a true or false. I'll take some variable here.
Okay.
Based on the variable, we get it. Right now, we are just doing the element properties of the element. We are straight away giving true or false. Right, Abba? Yes, someone else is asking a question. Go ahead. In the middle of the class.
Yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead.
actually, when I'm trying to put the table style apart from leads like a home or that means your customer, it is not working. So is it for only for lead or it is apply for other also?
With the customer, you have to give customer __ C, right? First point. Second
Okay.
point, do you already have a customer object?
Yeah, we have.
If you have, then put __ C.
Okay, okay. If you use any standard object, then in that time it is not required for a __ C. Okay?
Exactly.
Okay, thanks.